Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not letting anything slide out of his sight, and he has decided to call out Governor Nyesom Wike again, and this time around it's actually a deadly one. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has issued a strong warning to Governor Nyesom Wike, saying that the Rivers State governor will end up like Ken Saro-Wiwa, the late Ogoni-born writer, television producer, and environmental activist. Kanu was reacting to a recent report published on Daily Post where the Ogoni people in Rivers State pleaded with the federal government to halt the ongoing construction of a prison facility and a cemetery on their land. Coordinating committee of the 25th Memorial of Ogoni Martha made the demand in a media briefing held in commemoration of the November 10 Heroes Day. However, the indigenous people of Biafra leader said that Ogoni land is now filled with prison yards and cemeteries due to Saro-Wiwa's mistake of betraying his own people of Biafra. Recall that Saro-Wiwa was tried by a special military tribunal during the regime of General Sani Abacha. He was accused of masterminding the gruesome murder of Ogoni chiefs at a pro-government meeting. And following the crisis that emanated from the #EndSARS protest in Oyibo local government area, Governor Nyesom Wike had accused members of IPOB of being responsible for the killings and destruction in the state and signed the executive order declaring the group as a terrorist organization and banished them from the state. And ever since, it has been a series of verbal attacks from IPOB and its leader against the governor. Well, in a Facebook post on Tuesday, Kanu recalled a little over 50 years ago, a young pretender to the throne Wike is aspiring to occupy today by the name Ken Saro-Wiwa, later named Wiwa, just as Wike is now Wike instead of Nwike, by removing the first N in his Igbo surname, made the mistake of betraying the people of Biafra. Kanu noted that Saro-Wiwa's village has been roundly destroyed by pollution from oil exploration and insisting that Ogoni has not been freed as a result of the activists' alleged betrayal of Biafra. He said, Wike, this is the same price you will pay for your betrayal of Biafra, but yours will be worse because the name Wike will no longer exist. Kanu warned that this should serve as an important lesson to the people of Ogoni and all those supporting Governor Wike, adding that you all must know that betrayal of your people never pays. Wow. But now let's quickly go back to history to find out truly the role Ken Saro-Wiwa played during the Biafran War. Now, it is true that Saro-Wiwa's most lasting legacy came about because of how and why he died, a victim of his success in bringing the Ogoni crisis to the world stage. However, he would never have been able to do that without his previous experiences, which both helped him forge the connections and that he utilized later in life and gave him a unique literary voice that enabled him to bring his ideas to a mass, global and local audience. His first foray into local politics came almost by accident. Though he most likely harbored political ambitions from a very young age, it was until the Civil War broke out in 1967 that he seized his opportunity. Though he claimed to have been against Biafra from the onset, his actions in the build-up to the war shows us that he was more ambivalent and that perhaps he was waiting to see how the situation would unfold before making his choice. When the Nigerians captured the southern oil city of Bonny at the very start of the war, Saro-Wiwa realized very early that the federal government would win the war and made his move to support Lagos. He went to Bonny in a canoe and soon became the government civilian administrator for the city. Though he detested Emeka Ojukwu, the Biafran leader, he quickly understood the power of using the word genocide to galvanize support for the Biafran cause around the world. He would use that lesson to great effect in the 1990s when he began the activism phase of his life. Like many in the country, he used his government position to amass considerable wealth both during the war and after, when he held several lucrative government positions and used them to help fund his private businesses, grocery stores, and a publishing company. However, he ran afoul of his political rivals and in 1973 was removed from his post for using government funds to pay for private businesses and trips abroad. He then turned to both his business and creative work, which lasted until 1990. During this period, he developed his reputation both at home and abroad as a literary titan. In many respects, he was the Nigerian Mark Twain. He created works that used this particular Nigerian vernacular and coupled that mastery of the local variation of English with a biting wit and sarcasm that resonated with his compatriots of ethnicities. He showed all Nigerians that they had something in common, whether through his books and his television show. Now, you have now seen, I do not want to go into, okay, let me just quickly take this. He said in 1978, he made his only attempt at electoral politics where he lost his bid to represent the Ogoni in the Constitutional Convention that ushered in the short-lived Second Republic. He reportedly lost by a single vote, largely because of his antagonistic relations with the Ogoni elders, 4 of whom would later be brutally murdered, and that started the chain of events that led to his execution. When he lost the election, he also lost faith in the Nigerian system, and when he later created his own movement for survival of the Ogoni people, MASSOP, he took care to make sure that he would be the leader and not have to be held accountable for his leadership position. Now you've seen why you now understand why Nnamdi Kanu said he betrayed his people. Truly, at the beginning, it looked as if he was against the Biafrans at that time, but he was actually checking, to see when the war broke out, who should he join? Should he join Nigeria? Should he join Biafra? Eventually took his time. Well, that's in the past. What I'm going back to history really is to give us a fair knowledge of why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned him as a betrayer and comparing him to Governor Nyesom Wike of the now, and why he felt that what befell King Saro-Wiwa, who was executed, would now befall Governor Nyesom Wike, who Nnamdi Kanu feels his own would even be worse than King Saro-Wiwa. But let's just quickly take what Nigerians are saying concerning this. I'm going to take quotes across everywhere. No, not just IPOB. I'm taking everybody. This one here say Nnamdi Kanu, Ken is not your mate, and you cannot achieve just one of his achievements. History will tell your end, watch your back. This one here is saying, I see him going that way, no difference. Sabotage. Is talking about Governor Nyesom Wike here. This one here says, don't you ever in your life talk about Ken like that, and don't let me insult you. These are Biafrans. This particular one person is a person who believes in IPOB, but not is not the Igbo speaking part of IPOB. So they're getting really vexed. This one here is saying Wike is a very big fool. This one here says you're a criminal and a radical in the society. Can you clean yourself so Nigeria can move forward? Whoa. Wow, this one here is saying Wike is my man, but from today I will support Amechi to finish Wike. This one here is saying Kanu, apologize to Wike if you know yourself. This one here is saying sooner no one of Igbo people will listen to you, Nnamdi Kanu, because of your nuisance and waywardness. This one here is saying Wike is in trouble. This one here is saying Momo Kanu. This one here is Wike is a go. It's a go. This one here is saying Wike, you better run to God for mercy. A lot of people are just too cut across everyone, and now you have seen the history, and you are seeing why Nnamdi Kanu is calling out big Governor Nyesom Wike. What's your take? Do you honestly think that Governor Nyesom Wike will be prosecuted and murdered? Being that he's comparing what happened in the past with what happened in Obibo, or you think that this is just Kanu talking? I really don't know how this is going to play out, but this has happened. That's in the past. We are moving to the future. Time will tell if truly what Nnamdi Kanu is saying will eventually come to pass, or if Governor Nyesom Wike will be vindicated eventually. Let's interact in the comment section, please.